Craigslist, a place where you can find anything or anyone. But behind the classifieds and personal ads lurk stories that were never meant to be found. Tonight, I am the Mistress of Terror, and I'll take you on a journey through 3 real-life Craigslist encounters that will make you question the darkness hiding in plain sight. Remember, once you hear these tales, you'll never look at an online ad the same way again. Our first story begins with a man named Alex who was looking for a cheap place to stay in Los Angeles. He found an ad on Craigslist that seemed perfect, a room in a shared apartment for an incredibly low price. The only catch, his roommate, a man named Danny, insisted on a list of strange rules. No visitors, never open the hallway closet, and always lock the doors by midnight. Alex thought it was odd, but the price was too good to pass up. The first night went by without incident, but as days passed, Alex began to notice strange things. Danny would disappear for hours at a time, leaving behind a foul smell. The walls seemed to echo with whispers, and Alex could swear he saw shadows moving in the hallway. But the most disturbing part was the closet. One night, he thought he heard something scratching from the inside, like nails scraping against wood. Curiosity got the best of him, and one night, Alex broke Danny's rule. He unlocked the closet and swung the door open, only to find an array of disturbing items: animal bones, strange symbols scrawled in red, and a broken mirror reflecting something that wasn't him, but a distorted, twisted version of himself. In that moment, he felt something cold wrap around his neck, and the next thing he knew, he was on the floor, gasping for air. He fled the apartment and never returned, leaving everything behind. No one ever heard from Danny again. Our second story takes us to a woman named Sarah who stumbled upon an antique doll on Craigslist. She was a collector, and the ads seemed too good to be true. A rare porcelain doll listed for almost nothing. The seller, an elderly man, claimed the doll had been in his family for generations, but he needed to get rid of it. Sarah, intrigued by the mystery, decided to make the purchase. That night, Sarah awoke to the sound of tiny footsteps echoing through her hallway. She brushed it off as a trick of the mind. But over the following nights, the disturbances grew. She would find the doll in different rooms, facing the wall or lying on the floor. One morning, she noticed something even more terrifying: scratch marks on her bedroom door, as if someone or something had been trying to get in. She decided to confront the seller, but when she returned to his house, she found it abandoned. Neighbors told her the man had passed away years ago, and there hadn't been any listing. Desperate, Sarah tried to destroy the doll, but no matter what she did, burning, smashing, even burying it in the forest, the doll always reappeared on her shelf the next day. To this day, it sits there watching her, its cracked smile never fading. Our final story involves a man named Mark, a struggling actor who was searching Craigslist for quick cash. He found an ad for a one-night job actor needed for experimental horror project. No experience necessary. The pay was good and the instructions were simple. Mark was to meet the director at an abandoned warehouse where the project would take place. Despite his reservations, he accepted, hoping for an easy gig. When he arrived, the director was nowhere to be found. Instead, Mark found a single chair, a camera pointed at him, and a note taped to the wall. "Sit, don't move. You are now part of the experiment." As the minutes ticked by, the lights began to flicker, and he felt an overwhelming sense of dread. Shadows moved just beyond his vision, and he heard the sound of chains dragging across the floor. After hours of this torment, Mark decided he'd had enough, but when he tried to leave, he found the doors locked, the room filled with a strange, thick fog, and distorted voices began to whisper his name. Desperate, he smashed the camera, but as he did, he heard a chilling laugh echo through the warehouse, as if someone or something had been watching him the entire time. He was finally found 2 days later, wandering the streets, unable to recall how he escaped. He was shaken, rambling about things in the shadows, and to this day, he refuses to speak about what truly happened. But they say, if you visit that warehouse and listen closely, you can still hear Mark's desperate pleas for escape, trapped within the walls. These are not just stories, they are warnings. Craigslist may seem like a place to find good deals, but hidden in the shadows are horrors waiting to be found. I am the Mistress of Terror, and I have shared these tales with you. But remember, once you know the darkness, it will always know you. Like, subscribe, and step into the darkness. The shadows are always watching.